Good afternoon, Robin and Kim here with our health chat on this Wellness Wednesday to talk to you about social wellness because it is Social Wellness Month. And I'm going to put my glasses on and tell you when and how it was created. So back in 1905, when TB was huge and
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis, TB. I say TB because, okay, I'm going to tell you a little story. Where I lived in Lima, Ohio, there was a TB hospital there, and it's still there to this day.
Wow.
And that's where they kept a lot of the patients that had that back in that time. So I'm so used to saying TB, from living there, because kids used to go in there because they thought it was scary, and like they would play around and the cops would get them and that kind of thing. Yes, I know. Like my children were sometimes involved in that stuff. So anyway, tuberculosis, TB. In 1905, this Dr. Joseph Pratt was a Boston internist. And what he did was, when these people were so sick, because these were large groups of people that had this, he developed support groups for the treatment. And it is what really helped pull these people out of this disease, was the social groups. So I thought that was really interesting that that's how it all started out. And then some of the other health aspects of this are people who have a strong social network tend to live longer and have a better emotional resilience. The heart and blood pressure of people with healthy relationships respond better to stress. Strong social networks are associated with healthier endocrine system and healthier cardiovascular functioning. And healthy social networks enhance the immune system's ability to fight off infectious disease, which it's crazy what social wellness can do for you. There are a few ways where social support like this comes mainly from, and it's emotional. So giving and receiving emotional support helps you feel cared for and brings you balance and stress relief when you need it most. And I kind of want to talk about these individually. Like emotional, for me, it's someone to talk to. So like Kim and I, like, if there's something, like, believe when we're done with this health chat, sometimes we sit here for 30 minutes and we chat if there's something going on. And it is helpful to have someone to be able to, a trustful person that you can talk to. Instrumental support or assistance received from others that is physically tangible. And for me, instrumental means like when I had my surgery for my shoulder, like I had friends who brought me food, who sent me flowers, who sent me cards. And you can't imagine how much better you feel when people do those kinds of things for you. I don't know. Have you ever experienced something like that, Kim? Or
Oh, absolutely. The same thing when you said like after shoulder surgeries, or because I've had 3, and so my share
right.
is or that. And I think like get well cards, also sympathy cards help you if you're, you've lost a loved one, and it's because people are thinking of you. And I think that just helps boost your morale and your emotional being.
And you know what else? Thank you cards. I
Mm-hmm.
love getting a handwritten.
That's a lost art.
It really is. And I am so shocked. I mean, and not that I want to be thanked for everything, but if someone goes to an effort for me, like I'm thanking them with a written card. And sometimes people are like, oh, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, well, yes, I did, because I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
And I don't think we let people know enough how much we appreciate them.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother subject. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then informational support. So supplying or receiving beneficial or helpful information. And this, I think, is really good too, because, like, I think, Kim, when did we say it last week? Like being open to receiving or always learning. That's what we talk about.
Always learning and being curious.
Learning.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? I love talking with, and I always have, even when I was in my 20s or whatever, older people, like in church groups or wherever I was, they have so much knowledge and so much good information.
And wisdom.
Keep an open mind. Like,
Yep.
you're not always right. And
Yeah. It's always learning.
yeah, yeah. And then the last thing is appraisal, information given to you that helps with self-evaluation. If no
Mhm.
one has told you today, for example, Kim, that color blue looks amazing on you.
Oh, thank you.
So, and see, look how good that makes someone feel. And you don't have to do it just to people that you know. I mean, you can tell that to people that you don't know, and really they might need it more than you know. So we'll go
Yeah.
ahead, Kim. I know you had a couple things to go over too, and then I got one more thing at the end.
Okay. I was going to say, part of this came about to teach people how to break out of their like fixed routine and kind of step outside their comfort zone and meet new people. And I inherited this from my mom. I don't really know a stranger. Like if I'm with in an elevator or somewhere, I always can manage to strike up a conversation with somebody. And yesterday in line at Home Goods, don't tell my husband I was there, but I was struck up with a conversation with the lady in line. We had a long conversation while we were waiting to check out. But I feel like people need social connection. We want social connection, even if you're an introvert or you need your space. We need our space too.
Sure.
But I love that the part where we can learn from people. I learn when I meet somebody new, I always learn something new, and I love that. And
And
so,
that's so funny that you bring that up, because back when I was in my 20s, I was like never like that. Like I guess I was shy. I was more shy.
yeah,
I
I think
know
I
some
was too.
people would differ and would not believe that. But I remember I had a friend in my 40s, and she was like that. Like there was no stranger.
Mm.
And just from me hanging around with her, I gained that in me. And now I don't know a stranger. Like, I can go anywhere just like that. And I love striking up conversations.
I
Yeah.
think that comes with confidence too as we get older, probably, because I
Yeah.
feel the same way. And the other thing I want to point out is like we are both fitness instructors teaching in a social setting. And I think when you teach group X classes in a group format with a lot of people, it's like that's socialization. People are working out together. And that's why I think classes are popular. They were very popular before the pandemic, was
Yeah.
because people would love to come and be with the people that, you strike up conversations, you get to strike up friendships, and we're all there because we want to get healthy. We have goals, you want to feel better, you want to exercise to, whatever your goals are. And it's like, I met so many cool people, and I always try to learn my participants' names. I try to like kind of find out more about them, because I think that's, just being a good steward of the class. And so anyway, but I think that is a great example. A group exercise is a great example of like the socialization part.
And it's like-minded. So like anything like
Right.
that group, like
Yeah.
if you like to knit, or if you like to
Yeah.
craft,
Book clubs. Book
yes.
clubs are great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Which I was going to talk about too later, but yeah,
Okay.
that's me to a T, of course. The group X. All right. Anything else you had to?
No, but I just think it's good to, I think the pandemic, I mean, let's just talk about that briefly, like
Yeah.
isolate a lot of people. And I know some people who liked it because, they don't like people or like that many people,
Yeah.
but it's just tempering. I mean, it's having both are good, like having that social connection, having your alone time is good too. But I feel like we definitely thrive as on people, we thrive with other people. We're social animals. And so
Sure. Well, we were born to be, we
Yeah.
were born to have community. I mean,
Yep.
we
Yep.
were. So that leads into the last thing that I was going to say was, how can you take care of your social wellness?
Mm.
It's practice self-care. That is one thing that you can do. When you're taking care of yourself, you're getting enough sleep, you're drinking water, reading a book, love journaling, you're able to care for others and handle stress better. Take a walk or a workout. You may meet some neighbors you didn't know you had. And there's an added benefit of some physical activity. Volunteer, donate your
Volunteer.
time.
That's a good
Yeah,
one. Yep.
that's good. And a charity or group, not only will you feel great, but you might be able to you'll make a like-minded friend probably.
And I was going to mention, if you go to meetup.com, every city has meetup.
Mhm.
If you're looking, especially if you're new to an area, but even if you're not, and you want to meet some new people, like you can go to meetup and find hiking groups. People want to go out to dinner,
Yep.
singles groups, married group, whatever. You can find almost anything on the meetup. So that's something to consider too.
Yep. And then also taking classes, sign up for a local adult ed class. Like I took when I said I listened to the older people, I took an art class. I'm not even an artist, but I just wanted to do it just to try something different. And those ladies were awesome.
Yeah.
Ask for help. So this is my husband. He always does everything by himself. He never asks for help if you're moving furniture or whatever. And you know what? Ask a neighbor, ask someone to help you out. You never know what, then you could go, grab an iced tea afterward. I was going to say a beer, but then I didn't. So, and then join a supporter networking groups, like Kim said, and then call a friend and catch up. Don't skip the opportunity to reach out and talk to someone. And I feel like that too is something we've lost because of the last few years. And then I also note that we always say, oh, let's get together soon. But you know what I've started doing? Okay, I'm open July 10th, 11th, and 12th at noon. What day should we do it?
That's great. That's a great idea.
So
pin it down. Yeah.
Then that way you get it done. So
yeah.
Anyway, it's no good to be alone, guys. So, and it is a huge, huge part of your wellness. And Kim and I just wanted to touch on that today since it's Social Awareness Month.
Yep. And I just want you guys to finish with have fun and live young. And we'll see you next week. We're going to talk about gut health, which is one of my favorite topics.
Yep. All right.
So
See
we'll
you
see you then
next week. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.